Hello and welcome back. I'm Shelfina and this is my continuing Let's Play of Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition. So last time we managed to take a little jaunt through the second area of the walled city, and now we're going to head into the centre. Didn't take too much damage. Ooh, delightful. Splurge. Okay. What lights are we going to come across here? Ah. Kowloon local. In the clearing ahead you find a sobbing middle-aged man and amidst a pile of bodies. He's dressed in a cheap suit with a bright yellow tie, but the fabric has been smeared with blood. He takes notice of you and recoils. Leave me alone, go away. As he tries to pull away, his mouth drops open. You can see that he's missing at least half his teeth. Can't let them find me, can't let them catch me, I have to hide from them, Slowly, methodically, he begins to claw at his own eyes. Can't get free, can't get clean. When my eyes close, I see them there, twitching, shaking like broken things. He reaches for you with blood-stained fingers. But please, help me. Something scrambled his brains. Might have been Kianyao, our servants, or maybe just the stress. Either way, there isn't much we can do. I think I've seen the things that you're talking about. Crescent-shaped heads, twitching movements. No one's staring at you through red-streaked eyes. Drooling fire and pissing blood. Bodies like the gums of some huge animal. Teeth thrusting out of pink flesh like thorns on a rose. Shaking, trembling, and their horrible smiles. His entire body begins to tremble. He doubles over, clutching his head and sobbing. Tears splatter down on the mangled corpses at his feet. Barely are moving, Sarah. We need to stop this before those things drive us as crazy as he is. Who are you? Zusi, my name is Zusi. Isabel jabs at you with an elbow. I've heard of this guy. Zusi is a human trafficker. People sell themselves to him to help their families. He's basically a glorified slave trader. What happened to your mouth? Well, we all did it, to try to keep her away, just like in the stories. His eyes well with tears. It didn't work, and I didn't have the courage to cut out my tongue. What's with all the bodies? They came first. The trembling things. He stares at his hands. I had to do it. They were making too much noise. I didn't have a choice. The best way we can help you is to stop all this. He sobs uncomprehendingly. Okay. Okay, well, that passed about as well as I could have hoped. That's end of the heart. The sound of the typhoon hammering down outside is nearly drowned out by the noise of evacuees fleeing their ordeal. The air smells of fear and bodily fluids, thrums with a bass note of expectation and doom. You pause for a moment at the eye of the hurricane. Ahead, the cancerous core of the walled city and its concrete-encased fortune engine await. No word yet from Mr. Sang. Think he rang again? Raymond weren't running in, Duncan. Good. I'd rather not have a showdown with a demon goddess. Shutting down that machine sounds much easier. Let's continue clearing a path. Make it easy for him to follow. Let's move on. The deafening rattle of the machine gun fire fills the air behind you, and the metallic tang of blood cuts through the stench of garbage. You press forward, wading through block after block of insanity, chaos and death. All around you the walled city is descending into a churning cauldron of depravity and violence. The comms of no use. You've tried it several times, but there's still no word from the beating, no sign of Raymond or of kindly Cheng's triad soldiers. Finally you reach the centre of this hellhole. Excuse me. An industrial hatch with its door ajar. This is the place where Raymond Black built his infernal machine. The threshold crosses across which Qian Ya, the queen with 1,000 teeth, clawed her way into this world. Let's see what we got. The walls here are thick, steel reinforced. Braids of thick cable run across the floor and computer equipment, now hopelessly out of date, adorns every elevated surface. Something in the distance is calling to you. It's faint, but you can feel it, the bone-shaking thrum of an enormous machine. That is prosperity, just like in our dreams. He scans the room, scowling. The fortune engine has to be somewhere in this complex. We find the machine and secure it until Raymond arrives. Simple enough. Let's get moving then. No time like the present. She tucks her rants into her hip pockets for safekeeping. Oh, and if your foster father doesn't get here soon, I'm going to poison him. No joke. Let's spend our karma. We have 8 armor. That's pretty damn impressive, I think, personally. So, what we gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? We could get an increased level of quickness, I suppose. Get an enhanced ranged combat. Or we can up our hit points by 10. I mean, body 6 is pretty decent for a sniper, I'd say. Ooh, tough to say. I'm going to go with this. I don't know what I shall save. Okay, let's see how we go here. That door is locked for some reason. What's this? Okay, so we've got a trauma kit. Doesn't say where we have to be. So let's shuffle over here. Something else to pick up. Pop it in the stash. Don't really have anywhere else to put it. So let's head in to prosperity, or at least try to. Door's been sealed and looks like it's been shut for quite a while. Got to be some way to get this door open. And here we go. Looks like it's going to be another great, fun time. Terminal winks to life at your approach. It's still drawing power. That's promising. Her gaze traces across the screen. This thing isn't even password locked. The display looks corrupt though. Lots of garbled text and gibberish on that screen. As long as we can open the door with it, we're good. We don't need it for anything else. Let's find out. Prosperity Project Admin Terminal. Blah 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 blah. Here goes nothing. Looks like the door controls the computer's menu and to command them to open. The screen flickers and then goes dark. Damn it, let me take a look. Suddenly out of nowhere a wave of nausea grabs you by the guts and twists. It doubles you over, then fades. Duncan turns to you, wincing. What was? As you straighten, you can feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up straight. A buzzing sensation washes over you, drowning out your companion's words and filling your head with white, warm static. Centre of the room, something blossoms into the world. Ooh, cool. Figure from your dreams looms over you, enormous and alien. The creature is beautiful and terrifying in equal measure, a thing of billowing silk and carved ivory. Kianya stands, still as a statue, peering down at you from behind a mask of sculpted gold. Smaller spirits take up positions around her, blowing their heads in deference, bowing their heads in deference. Her hands tighten on her weapon as the colour drains from her cheeks. Shit. It's a lot bigger than I expected. Slightly with a broad, languid motion, Kianya's body begins to shift. The crescent-shaped ivory horns that crown her head cut through the light as she moves, casting strange shadows on the wall behind her. You are here. The voice that pours from behind the thing's mask is indescribably beautiful. The tones are high and musical and seem to hang in the air long after she finishes speaking. You have come to us. The corners of the room serve the creatures echo the Queen's words, the garbled sounds piping through gaps in their enamel-lined carapaces. Come to us. We called to you across the breadth of space and time, and now you are here, standing before us, just as you are meant to be. Why did you call to me? What do you want? We call to all who listen. Her voice is joyous, triumphant, and all are welcome in our court. All are welcome. And all are welcome in our larder. The Yama King spreads its arms, its movement full of malevolent grace. You belong here, slave thing, with us, now and for all time. No, I'm not your slave. In fact, I'm here to make a deal with you. She blinks. Wait, what? Queen with 1,000 teeth lowers her head contemplatively. Her incandescent veil ripples like silk as she moves. Such a thing could be arranged, perhaps, if you are worthy. How do I prove myself worthy? Your part is simple. The musical tones of the Yama King's voice are high-pitched and giddy. You need only endure. It opens its arms to you, offering a view of the chisel-like teeth that protrude from its flesh. Saliva glints on bone-white enamel. All around you, the gibbering of the Queen's servitors grows to a fever pitch. Gobbet stares up at the creature, eyes darting across the shimmering expanse of its body. Well, that's official. I'm terrified. The Queen with 1,000 teeth lowers her head, and naturally thick hair turns rank and cold. Waves of nausea rack your stomach as a foul wind slides over you like mud. You will be tested meat. If you are found wanting, we will rip your nerves out at root and gorge ourselves on your flesh. A musical voice builds to a towering crescendo that crashes into you like a sledgehammer. Prove yourself to us, meat. Prove yourself for service forever. Okay, what are we doing? Ooh. I'm wondering if it's worth... Okay. Let's take... this thing first. It's dead. Good hits. Let's try and take. Excellent. Good hit. Good on this. Ha! Oh, I didn't even realise there was one there. That's not so bad. Interesting. Okay, let's... Immune, okay. So, snuff the flame. Snuff the flame. Good hit. Isabel. Okay, there's flames there to be snuffed. Okay, let's get you out here then, girl. Good hit, girl. Not missed. Okay, I see what's happening here. Okay, that's not terrible. That's not great. Okay. So let's sort her out. Where's Duncan going? Duncan can give himself one of these. And miss, of course. Oh, really? Gobster can come down here. Ouch. Not so bad. Not so bad. Okay. Gobbet. Oh, really? I need to get here. I need to get here. She needs herself and come down here. Big dunk. Take that thing down. Come there. And miss that on an 86 because of course. Needs to heal herself. Get back to here. There we go. Armor increased. That's fine. Jesus, what? Pussy. Okay. And I'll reload. Gobbet. Fine, you come down here then. Duncan. Yes, of course. Good flanking work. I suppose we can, of course, a miss. Okay. Not so bad. Not so bad. Okay, let's get her to snuff the flame. And come back. And come back. No flame anymore. Critical damage. Good. Let's sort that out. Yes, because of course. Let's see what this does. Good hits. Great. Perfect. Okay, well, let's see how many of these we can take down quickly. Okay, let's see if we can bring you down first. That works really helpful. Duncan, just take that one down, and of course miss, and of course miss. Bring you through to here. Really, really helpful if you could hit. Jesus, well, he's got the ability to tank it. Let's reload. Go. Big dunk. Good hit. Good. Typical miss. Miss. Hit. Great hit. Should be done. If we can hit the damn thing. Really? Oh my god. Miss. 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 As usual, as you watch Kianya's blast mark, the broken body begins to reform. Her gown knits itself back together, black blood wicking into the floor. Slowly, terribly, she begins to laugh. You cannot kill us, mate. You have not even seen us. The voice fills with mockery. This form is but a shadow, a droplet of divine essence filtered through a keyhole. Gobbet scans the room, her eyes glinting. I think it's telling the truth. That thing over there isn't Kenya. It's just a fragment of an enormous astral entity. Little ones, services, are all part of her too. The glow in her eyes fades. She bites her lip. We're so fucked. Kenya begins to cackle. The rat servant sees the truth of it, glimpses us as we really are. Were you to behold our full magnificence, your mind would wring itself into pulp. The crumpled form of Kenya rights itself and begins to rise. Pause. Hey, honey.
Hi.
You can have a couple more bites and then head back to bed.
I wanna put those pants in some water. I need some water.
I have not heard of these books. They look vaguely interesting.
Apparently they're really good on like biology and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The guy said he first started reading the second one and then he was like, wait a minute, I need to read the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And he enjoyed them both.
The crumpled form of Kenya rights itself, begins to rise. You slee slave thing, we will show you a world not meant for mortal eyes. You will see. Lovely. No. Okay, we follow. Can't save, apparently. Oh, we can. Let's see how this goes. Oh, really? Oh, great. On the plus side, there's only those two. Oh, miss. Really? Jesus. She's not very good at shooting, is she? God's sakes. It's not very good. Well. Oh boy. Okay, let's... No! Jesus Christ! Miss. Oh well. Cover? What cover? Miss. Miss. Unreal. Oh, that's handy. Load. Miss. Miss, of course. Well, at least we're hitting it. Okay, well, I'm happy with this. Let's move away and see if that improves. Yeah, it improves our chances to hit quite dramatically. Oh my god. Miss. Yes. Miss, because, you know, why wouldn't we miss 58% chances shots? Why wouldn't we miss these shots? That's the thing that annoys the living crap out of me. Miss. Miss. Let's get Duncan. Flanked, blocked, missed. Isabel. Heal him up. About time somebody hit something. Oh, Duncan's fine. Let's get further away to increase our hit chance. And we miss another one. Because why wouldn't we? Let's hit aim accuracy. Increase that. One damage? Really? Really, really? Two damage. Let's reload.
I think, oh, we're doing better. And then, like, get up and move around.
Mhm. Get upstairs, my dear. You watch whatever you like.
You have
Until lunchtime.
noon. Yeah?
Happy with that? Okay, what can we do here? Excellent. It's coming out. Jesus. We can take it down if we hit her. If we hit her like this, we'll take her down pretty hard, pretty quickly. Didn't want me to know that. Blocked by what? Good hit. Another good hit. Jesus. But that's okay. Healing should be enough, of course. Time to reload. The further away you are, the better it is for me. Yeah, next shot should kill it. Boom. As the Yama King's body crumples, a crackling sound fills the air. Once again, her broken body begins to knit itself back together. The flow of black ichor from her many wounds slows to a stop and reverses, the viscous fluid snaking its way back up into the holes and ruptures that it poured from. Kenya. Projections on top of projections, all aspects of our divine being shed as easily as a lizard sheds its tail. The voice is ripe with mockery. You cannot harm us, meat, but you have amused us. Kenya halts, her crowned head cocking to one side. Perhaps you are worthy of an audience, after all. Perhaps. Her voice trails off and her head tilts upward. From behind you, you can hear the pounding sound of approaching footsteps. As he falls into position behind you, Gochu raises his blade high. His milky eyes are locked on Kenya. There's a look of grim satisfaction on his face. Raymond Black steps forward, an expression of grim determination on his face. The Yama King still lives. He smiles through a mouthful of strong, sharp teeth. Good. I did this. I brought this creature here. He speaks in the grim tone of a man on his way to the gallows. His complexion has gone grey as ash. My fault, my responsibility. Queen with 1,000 Teeth cackles with glee. It has returned to us, the tunnel builder, the architect of my ascendancy. Ascendancy. The creature leans in towards Raymond, its spidery fingers weaving hypnotically. The thing's robes billow like the bell of a jellyfish, pulsing organically with the rhythm of a heartbeat. You will have a special place in our court, Builder. You will stand by our side, exalted for all time, the living token of our ending rule, and an undying symbol of the folly of man. I have been a fool, yes. His hands clench into fists so tight that his knuckles go white. The skin on his face is flushed with the effort of fighting through the stammered jumbling his words. A great fool, but I will not be your slave. I will stop you. The Queen with 1,000 Teeth leans forward, her movements full of alien grace. The gaping crescent of her mouth parts into a ghastly smile, and you can see row upon row of fangs. They run down her throat in overlapping layers, a bristling forest of glistening, sharpening enamel. Third time's the charm. Try to stay dead this time. Miss. Oh. Ooh, that was a good hit. She needs to come here. Drop that there. Miss, of course. Good hit. Really? Really? All these misses? Of course. Well, as you watch the Yama King's broken carcass withers and dissipates. Seconds later, all that's left of her is a cloud of rancid mist. Huh. That was easier than I thought it would be. I guess she was hurt worse than she let on, trying to trick us into a bad deal. So that's alright. Raymond, you ready to turn off the machine of yours? I have been ready for more than 2 decades. He points to the dingy terminal just in front of the towering machine. The control console is just over there. We must move quickly. Fortune Engine itself stands before you, an enormous malevolent presence that fills the test chamber ahead. Raymond pushes forward, leaning in to study the control console with a look of determination on his face. I will close the rift. I just need to. He bends over the terminal, frowning. His eyes dart to the readout as you watch the blood drains from his cheeks. What's wrong? Destroy that thing before she comes back. I can't. He gestures at the technical readouts on the Fortune Engine's monitors. There's one way for the flow of astral energy moving from the inner walled city through the tunnel. I know what it is. Gobbet wrinkles her nose and gets a faraway look. She sways for a moment and then speaks as if in a dream. I can feel it too. The energy is coming from the people that she's feeding on, their essence, their spirits, for lack of a better word. She sways a while longer, a puzzled expression on her face. If I destroy the machine now, it will collapse the tunnel. All of those people will have the better part of their essence. What makes them who and what they are, trapped inside, with her, forever. Thousands of people could turn to eternity if that parasitic thing. We have another option. Raymond squeezes his eyes shut. Works through it. Yes, so someone could enter the tunnel, close the rift safely. The people would be saved, restored to life in the real world. And what happens to the person in the tunnel? Stays there forever, with her. His shoulders sag. There's no way out. No way out. The tunnel, once is closed. A long pause as the assembled group digests Raymond's words. Duncan nods to himself, his glove clenched. He pushes forward. I'll do it. Just tell me what button to press. The old man stares at the controls. Cold fear washed across his face. No, if anyone is to do this, it must be me. His voice strengthens. You can see the old fierceness rising from within, the iron will of your childhood. It will be me. Hang on a minute, Raymond. No, not Raymond. My name is Edward Sang, and I built this machine. I set this avalanche in motion, whether I meant to or not. It is my responsibility to stop it. He turns to you, a look of resignation on his face. That is what this is all about. What it's been about since the very beginning. Raymond, listen to me. You're too weak for this. Just tell me what to do. No, the Yama King could return at any moment. There's no time to teach you what to do in there. I must set things in motion. It must be me. Raymond, he turns to you. No, sorry, he turns to you. Goodbye, Sarah. He smiles sadly. Thank you for coming to Hong Kong. Thank you for coming when I called. Bad head. The old man flips a lever and steps into the machine. There's a flash of light and Raymond Black is gone.
Remember the day I got you and dumped him off the streets. told you that the past is just a story. That if you can just accept that, your past loses all power over you. My past is a terrible story. I didn't expect it to end with redemption. Sometimes the debts of the past can't be repaid. But we do what we can. I have done what I can to right my wrongs. And I accept the consequences.
You depart from the Prosperity Chamber and are instantly caught up in a wave of refugees fleeing for their lives. Struggling through the panicked wave of humanity, you're able to retrace your steps and eventually reach Haoi. Although the typhoon has passed, the scene is wet and chaotic. A newly homeless crowd the streets, dazedly wandering, searching for missing loved ones and nursing injuries. Relief workers are already on the scene, providing blankets and medical aid. Rescue personnel carry the stunned and wounded to safety. The entire area has been cordoned off by the HKPF, whilst knight-errant officers and military peacekeeping force attempt to maintain order. You emerge from Kowloon walled city to bustling clusters of activity, refugees huddling together staring back at their lost homes. Government troops deploying from armoured personnel carriers, news vans setting up remote camera feeds whilst reporters scramble to find the right angle for their broadcasts. The air is electric with the threat of potential violence as panicked peacekeepers eye the growing crowd of evacuating poor. Gob's eyes dart furtively as she turtles her head between her shoulders. This place is hot. Cops are swarming the place and that APB is still out in us. You must take it easy. Try and blend into the crowd. I want to take a look around. Not the best time for sightseeing, Wayne. The place is crawling with badgers. Isabel lifts her nose towards a reporter interviewing someone from inside the walled city. Looks like we get to see a shodo. That reporter already has his hooks in someone, hoping for a soundbite. The reporter wears a look of earnest concern, like a coat of cheap deodorant. And that is when you started running? Yeah, it was bad in there, shooting, screaming. I was terrified. And what caused this, sir? Why are people flooding out of the walled city, injured and disoriented? The man stares at the scene around him, bewildered. It's like everyone's saying, some sort of chemical leak. Drug lab exploded or something, caused mass hallucinations. The reporter turns to the camera and pretends to check his notes. And there you have it, Sonny. Our third report of mass hallucinations caused by an explosion in a illegal drug lab. While reports remain sketchy, it appears that the street crimes are on the rise again. He half turns and sweeps his arm over the scene. As you can see, it is still turmoil and confusion here as police and executive council peacekeepers respond to the emergency situation, attempting to maintain order. But in all this chaos and the maze of poverty that is Kowloon Walled City, we may never know what really happened in there. Back to you in the studio, Sonny. The light on the news camera goes off and the reporter drops his facade. He ignores the bedraggled man beside him and begins packing up his equipment. After a moment, he sees you looking at him and turns to you with a scowl. What are you looking at? You know the guy was regurgitating a line of complete bullshit, don't you? He laughs sardonically and continues packing. Everyone's regurgitating a line of corn crap, pal. They may not know it, but they are. Everything you see, everything you've been taught, every official you elect, all bought and paid for by the people pulling the strings. Yeah, well, no one's telling me what to think. Yeah, no eye contact. He remains bent over his equipment case. Of course not, pal. You're different. The reporter finishes packing and stands up straight, brushing the wet grit of the street off his hands. As he does so, his eyes narrow. His eyes move over your crew, flicking from face to face before eventually landing on you. Looks like you just came from inside, so tell me, what did you really see in there? Master Josephine sang that I cleaned up. He chuckles. Why am I not surprised? No one even remembers that she built this hole in the first place. Not that it would matter. Joe Sang holds his town by the balls. It won't surprise me if she was running some kind of test in a walled city, on a little petri dish. He snorts. Wouldn't surprise me if the whole thing blew up in our face because of low safety standards either. They test food additives, body modifications, pharmaceuticals, whatever some junior executive can dream of. Nothing surprises me anymore. What about the truth? Truth isn't my business. Ad revenue isn't my business. You have any idea how much much competition there is for eyeballs these days? News is nothing more than content, just like the new Mammy Canyon Flesh BDL, urban broadcast, or mercurial SimSense experience. Everyone on this island knows that my news service is just a mouthpiece for the Executive Council. Hell, if you look close enough, you'll probably find it's owned by a member of the Executive Council. People buy what we feed them because the world is changing and it's scary. They feel small. They need scapegoats to blame and authority figures to tell them what to think. My news network gives them that. He points to the trid screen mounted on the side of the news van. There's a prime example of an authority figure. Joe Sang, rising star on the Executive Council. Just look at her spending this to her own hands. Talking about the humanitarian relief effort she's mounting, you know. Your comb chips. It's kindly Chang. Go ahead, take your calm. I'm gonna go before this scene turns into some kind of rat. Usually does. Hi, Addy. Don't tell Auntie. Me. I lost contact with the soldiers I sent into Wood City, and now you. And these Sangos holds and government troops all over the place. Get over here to tell me what the hell. Tell me what happened. Right away, Addy. No response. Mine's already dead. Isabel tugs at your arms, her eyelids half-mast. I went to sleep for about a year. I'm heading to Big Texas, Sarah. I could use some sack time too. See you there. You better go talk to Annie, Seattle. And I think I'm going to leave it there for this episode. It looks like we're on the wrap up at the end of the series, but maybe not. Who knows? Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching. If you've enjoyed, please subscribe. If not, don't worry about it. Thank you again. Goodbye.